I can't think of a single work of fiction that literally tells you what it's about and then spends a decade shitting all over its ostensible message. Naruto literally looks at you reading the page and goes, hard work is all that matters. And then you read a story for a decade in which everyone is genetically predisposed to win, and it's all fate, and no one's hard work accomplishes shit.
It shits all over itself, but not before aiming the ass sky high and pluming so that it gets everywhere, including onto the ass of origin. You have to understand. So you get that moment, right? Then you get the he was the coolest guy, the coolest guy, right? Dead bodies everywhere. And then you get the third factor, and definitely one in a very incredibly satisfying way, which is Sasuke just going, yeah, sorry. Because when we get to the final moment, right, and it's all said and done, and they use their newfound god powers to defeat the Moon Mommy, and like there's a weird moment you have where a person that Naruto does not know is talking to him about their problems, and then someone else that's a villain is talking to a Black Zetsu is talking shit to Naruto about like why what he's doing is pointless or whatever, and how useless this whole effort is, and Naruto goes, wait, but why would that old man do that? Or why would he have lied about something? He has a moment where he literally just yells at someone he doesn't know about someone he just met. And I got hit with a fucking shotgun blast of, this is a filler. When Naruto takes a boat to the tea country, meets some random kid, and he goes, oh man, my village is so poor and we're starving, but I don't know, whatever the fuck, help me on my quest because there's a evil man here. And Naruto goes, oh, that's a horrible injustice, I need to help save you, right? And then he gets in there, and then the villain says some bullshit and goes, oh, this shitty kid was garbage from day one. And then Naruto goes, I don't know any of you guys, but I feel bad because that reminds me of when people said I was shit, so I'm going to help you, filler country, and I'm going to save everybody, even though I barely remember what your names are, right? That he has one of those moments where he's yelling at the god, and none of these people were known to him but 5 minutes before, and you go, this is canon filler. This is completely like him in any filler episode, except it's the real ending of the story. They kill the god, who cares? It doesn't matter. And then
like Naruto never actually matures past I was lonely as a kid, fuck you, ever.
It eventually becomes, but I had you though, and now you've turned away, and I'm never gonna give up on you, even if I have to kill myself. I'll never let you go. And Sasuke's like, get the fuck away from me, leave me alone. And Naruto's like, no, I will not leave you alone. I will change you. I will fix you, or I will die trying. I'll kill us both. I don't care. It's the most abusive, fucked up thing in the world, dude. It's psychotic. It's psychotic, right? And then when all is said and done, the infinite Tsukuyomi has begun. The world is already in this fucking Genjutsu paradise. And they beat the big bad, and everyone is still locked up. And then Sasuke and Naruto are standing there, and they're like, well, we need a reason to do the final rival battle, but they don't have any. Then Sasuke just goes, yeah, you know what? I've decided, right? Because earlier on, he had a moment where he's like, oh, because they team up at the end, right? Because he's like, I want to become the Hokage.
Right.
And everyone's like, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here, asshole. Right?
He never cared about that, ever.
And then you have Sakura, who had her moment of being like, hey, Naruto, it turns out I really loved you. Ha, 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 ha. And he's like, you're full of shit. You belong to the streets. You know? And so now, when it all comes back around, this other girl, Karen, who was on Sasuke's team, who, by the way, is literally, she's a hostage, and he shoots through her to get to the bad guy. And she has a moment of, oh my god, what? And everyone goes, holy shit, what? And he does a shoot the hostage moment, right? The actual Kaiser Sose. The actual Kaiser Sose. The I don't give a fuck about my peoples. And it cuts to his face being super fucking lost and evil. And that girl gets saved and then sees him and goes, oh my god, no, but he's so cute though. I'm still worried about him. And like, it's, again, you want to talk about abusive, insane shit. The attempted murder doesn't matter because evil actions plus hotness, morally gray.
He's pretty.
So at the end, Sasuke's like, I need a reason to fight. Fuck it. Revolution. I don't know. What? I'm going to create a revolution.
I'm going to burn the world down for no reason.
I'm going to become the Hokage, and I'm going to kill all the other Kages and villages because I don't know. He doesn't know. He doesn't actually understand or have any real motivating point. But he just goes, I'm going to do it. And then Naruto's like, I gotta stop you.
Genetically evil brain, Woolie.
And then Sakura's like, I love you, please don't. And then he goes, oh, you're so annoying. And then he turns around and he fucking like flash step falcon punches her. By the way, and this is the point right before there's like, this is leading not too long, like 10 minutes later, there's gonna be a setup for them to become a couple. He falcon step flash punches her in the fucking gut and knocks her the fuck out. Just straight up, right? And goes, you're annoying, and walks away from his future wife. And then Naruto goes to fight him. And then they fight. And I'm like, okay, listen, so this is going to be a big old crazy flashback moment budget fight. And I'm sure on a level of like straight up technical, it's going to be cool. And it was. It was that 133 shit, right? It was it was 133 shit redone, and then they keep cutting back and forth to it, and all that stuff where they clash, and then it creates like another reality weird sphere thing.
But they're fighting for no reason.
And so I'm doing it, but I'm paying attention. I'm like, what are the words you're gonna have for each other at this point, right? Because I will accept nothing outside of complete and utter exhaustion, or even like, again, I rewrote it in the moment myself. I think I said something to the effect of like, if they both agreed that they're like, hey man, look, at the end of the day, we had our differences. You want to be Hokage, I want to be Hokage. I don't think I can trust it to you, so we got to prove it with battle. I would have said fine. But instead it had to go to this insane non-fucking threat. And so they're fighting, and Naruto and Sasuke are saying literally the exact same thing they've said the entire show. There's nothing new to be said. There's no new perspectives. It's just, I'm your friend, idiot. I'm gonna save you. And he's like, don't care about me. Shut up. Leave me alone. I hate you so much. I'm gonna kill you. And by the way, if either of them dies, no one can be freed from the infinite Tsukuyomi. They both are halves of the hero, and they have to put a seal together for everyone to be freed. So they literally are fighting, and like, nah, I'll fight till I die or till I kill you. And he's like, I'm going to kill you. And they don't care that if either of them dies, that would be the literal end of the world, by the way. So at one point, Naruto gets beat and drops in the water, and Sasuke thinks he killed him. And goes, yeah, ha, I did it. And you're like, you just ruined the world. And he doesn't really give that much of a fuck. And then Naruto has memories of all of his friends. His friends such as the Kyuubi and Obito. Right? And I bet you if you freeze frame it, Orochimaru is in there somewhere. Who picking him up and pushing him out of the water, and then they fucking have their big final clash, and then they do their Rasengan, Chidori versus Rasengan, and they blow their arms off. I didn't know they blew their arms off. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Good for you, idiots. Right? And then eventually Sasuke's like, oh god, fine, I lost. And then everyone's like, yay! And then they hard cut to a conversation where Kakashi, the Hokage, is like, hey, so you know how you did all those crimes and you were a big old ninja Al-Qaeda member, and how the moment you go missing, you're supposed to be executed on sight, but actually we're going to let all that slide because you helped us in the final battle at the end. So it's all good. It's all good, bro.
Oh. Okay.
No problem. And then he winks at Sakura, and that's that. And then like, and
Sakura's free to, you know, get pregnant with the person who beats her and doesn't love her.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Because he's hot.
Abuse wins. Abuse wins. Not to mention, of course, that earlier in the story, Orochimaru, who comes back, right after the Itachi fight with him, because by the way, Itachi's he's the only solid dude, and his dying words are, Sasuke, could you stop being a dick? Be chill. His dying words are, Sasuke, chill the fuck out, dude. I love you. I'm out of here. Chill. And Sasuke like takes that and goes, I will have no chill. And then Orochimaru gets ripped. He brings Orochimaru back. And Orochimaru is basically like, I have no way to win any of these fights, so I'm just along for the ride. I'm here to watch. And Kabuto comes back, and Kabuto at that point is just as bad as evil as Orochimaru, because he uses all of Orochimaru's powers to literally create the zombie army that they fight, by the way. He was the one resurrecting everybody. So he too has a body count of thousands on his hands. But hey, he got caught inside the Izanami counter, and he was then forced to see the error of his ways, and he has a tragic past where his glasses came from a nun when he was an orphan. And after acknowledging his tragic past, he found himself. He was freed from the you are stuck in this. Imagine if you got hit with Gold Experience Requiem, like Diavolo, but if you changed your way of thinking, you would be free. So eventually, guess what? He changes his ways of thinking and he becomes free. And so he's hanging out, and then you're like, yeah, okay, well, you know, tons of bodies on your hands, tons of blood on your hands, but you know, whatever. It's cool.
I don't actually have a problem with having to go to purgatory and having like your evil burned off like that and having like a genuine change, if being in that is like horrible.
Well,
I'm going to assume that it was real bad in there.
Perhaps, but I mean, we don't know how, but like the time frame in which we were given was that he was going to be stuck in there for what feels like an eternity. And then he shows back up, I don't know, maybe like a week later. Where we're
okay.
So, you know, less than a week, probably a couple days. It wasn't that bad. Whatever the time it took for Sasuke to join the battlefield and then Kabuto to show up later. You know, I don't know, but it was hours. It wasn't even a day. Hours. He was in the loop for hours, and then he comes back. So there you go.
Oh wow.
He had a couple hours to go. Oops, my B. You know, so we let it rock, you guys, and it all leads to a point where I'm just like, in conclusion here, Kishimoto, I'm like, you know, that thought where you're just like, who hurt you? Who was the friend that left you when you were a child, that never ever acknowledged you,
never called you again,
and you have so many words for them, and they've left you on red, and they didn't block you, but you can see that they've read your big messages and they're not acknowledging your existence in any other way, and you're just like, God damn it, let me get my final word in, and they won't let you.
And you're like, I'll forgive anything,
you know,
if you just talk to me.
He was obsessed with someone at some point, because the level of obsession that comes from Naruto's persistence is so insanely unhealthy, and it leads to, I see what people are saying. I'm
looking it up right now. So you keep going.
It leads to Sasuke having a moment where he's lying on the ground with his arm blown off, where it looks like he's reading from a script that says, Naruto, in the end, I was wrong. You were right. I should have listened to you the whole time. You were there by my side. You cared for me the whole time. I don't know why I didn't see it earlier, but it really was always about you. And for that, I am sorry. I accept your friendship. Right? Like literally the kind of message you read with the energy of there are dudes there are dudes standing behind you ready to cut your head off. Read this message. Fucking insane. And he just like, yep, okay, this is the words I'm going to speak in Sasuke's mouth, apparently through the words of his brother, is what I'm seeing here. Apparently, him and his brother had a falling out.
Who is also a manga artist.
666 Satan. I do remember that.
His older twin brother.
Yeah, he had a manga that he tried to get off the ground and it didn't really go anywhere. But I do remember when the other Kishimoto showed up. So whatever the relationship was, if that's what it was, then so be it. But it really just screams, I will not let go of someone who doesn't want anything to do with me. And then this manga is a way of forcing that person to say, I am sorry, it was you were right, I was wrong. And so that you can sleep at night. And it's crazy. It's so unhealthy. And you get the glimpse of the future where, hey man, Boruto's hanging out and Sarada's hanging out and Orochimaru's kid is hanging out, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, no, he's fine.
You mean his clone?
Whatever it is. All of his fucking shit doesn't matter. We don't care. Because the puppet master had a puppet master, and that puppet master had a puppet master, and that puppet master had the real puppet master, and the real puppet master was not even really a person so much as she was an entity. Kaguya is not even a she's not even a person. She's just this weird alien thing that barely talk. Like, she talks, but they don't even treat her like, they treat her like a force almost, because she gets to take all the blame on her, if anything. But then it turns out that she was literally running from other aliens in space, and when they landed on the moon, they created a whole colony there that led to, of course, the Byakugan, and that everyone who has eyeballs that are special in this world is literally descended from an alien. But, you know, that's neither here nor there.
So I have a question that I'm pretty sure I know the answer to, but I want confirmation because you've been digging. Everyone had a puppet master, and that's why they get off, right?
And no one is allowed to take responsibility for their actions. They have to have a source of why they did the wrong that then absolves them of the wrong and puts the blame on the other person. As going up an infinite chain.
So what is Orochimaru's tragic backstory puppet thing?
I don't know. Apparently,
is it because there isn't one?
I don't think there is. I don't know. All I know is he was a shitty kid. He had he was involved with Danzo at some point, but we never got to see anything that shows you Orochimaru's tragic swing story.
People are saying, alternatively, his parents died or nothing.
He was just evil.
He's just evil. All right, I have a follow-up question. Woolie, you can answer this, and I'm also asking chat.
Like Danzo.
Does he even apologize once?
So, again, going off of what I've seen on camera, he has a fight where he's fighting alongside Sarutobi, right? And I don't recall ever seeing an apology. I don't recall ever seeing an apology, but the closest thing you get to one is in a fight where he's side to side with the third, and then basically he's going, it's interesting to see how this will all play out. I am glad that I'm still alive, that I can see how this will play out. And then Sarutobi is like, oh, you know, even though my student got lost, it sure is nice to fight alongside him once again. And that's it. The end of his sentiment is, well, I want to see how this goes. And that's the closest thing to an I'm sorry you get.
And they just let him go.
They let him go. He's good to go.
He is, from my knowledge, and I've dabbled in this shit, right? As far as I'm concerned, he's actually like the worst out of all the villains because his goals are so transparent. It's like, I want to live forever and I'll do whatever I need to do that.
Well, that almost makes him the simplest.
Yeah, but like he does Like they're so he's so evil. He's so laughably evil.
Oh yeah. Danzo is really fucking garbage though. But Danzo is the straight up like
gets away with it.
Danzo is the like, how quickly can we murder these babies, right? It's not enough that we get it done. We need to get it done efficiently because we need to get as many baby murders in on before the clock is punched.
But like he's the worst one, and his goal is obvious, and he never apologizes, and they let him go for what appears to be no reason. And in Boruto, he's still doing it, and everyone's just cool with it.
Sure.
Because
there's a really interesting moment, by the way, in the story where, because they never really acknowledge that while the end of the world is happening, literal ninja Ragnarok is going on. The moon has turned into the infinite Tsukuyomi. We are all at its behest. They never really acknowledge what's happening to, you know, the rest of the countries, including the fire country, because ninjas are all hidden in the leaves, or hidden in the rocks, or hidden in the sand, or hidden in the mist. They're just little small parts of these larger countries that have their own economies, leaders, worlds, and samurais, which Sasuke...
And they're real countries.
Real countries, which Sasuke murdered a whole bunch of cops, by the way. A whole bunch of samurai cops.
Yeah.
Just like that for no reason. So he's got a body count. There's one moment where they meet the leader of a country who's just this apathetic, meh, I don't know, who cares, I'm bored. Like, full on, like... you know, fucking bureaucratic autocrat, right? Bureaucrat / autocrat. And like they just kind of have a moment of like, yeah, these people are like, they don't care about what's happening here, but the stakes they're fighting for are like, they're summoning meteors to crash into the planet. Like, it is becoming Genova. It is becoming the fucking absolute end of the world, and it's like, yeah, the ninjas are having their little scrap over there. Who knows? They never really acknowledge what the hell was happening outside of any of this realm, you know? Dude, there's so many fucked up things about this story. The forgiveness angle is one that I'm like, I always get yelled at whenever I misattribute chalking something up to like cultural differences, but I can only think of cultural differences being a part of why forgiveness is such a problem in Naruto. I think there's something about like...
Well, that and personal history.
That's... I have no other idea what to peg it on, because it just seems like the willingness to forgive horrible atrocity is something that that might be a cultural thing that is okay. That, you know, I guess Kishimoto's cool with.
Kishimoto sounds like the kind of guy who would deny like Japanese war atrocities right up until the point where someone shows him a video, and then he's like, but they realized that they felt bad about it on their deathbeds when they were 85 years old.
Yeah. That's basically the direct analogy.
We have to forgive them.
That's basically
we have to.
The direct analogy I drew when I was going through that moment, discussing it in the thing. It's just like, there's something here about people doing horrible things and then getting the complete slap on the wrist at worst, or absolutely no acknowledgement of their crimes as a standard, and we just move past it. Especially if it's, you know, what's a character that people, you know, like.
It was really interesting. You look at a story like Attack on Titan, which uses a lot of like World War II, like Germanic, even pseudo-Nazi imagery, and is just gluttonous with atrocity.
Yeah.
Right? And the characters involved are all staring at a mirror going, oh, we're all becoming tainted garbage. Like, whenever this conflict is over, we kind of all have to die because we're all horrible. Like, even the characters in the universe are like, oh, we're not coming back from this.
In what?
In Attack on Titan.
In Attack, yes, exactly.
Like, the characters are doing all sorts of crazy shit,
yeah.
But none of them even attempt to justify their actions anymore.
So
they're just...
Yeah, no, and there's literal moments here that are you can draw parallels with fucking I think I said Operation Paperclip and Unit 731 are like these these moments in history where you're like, hey man, you did a lot of awful shit, really horrible things. Did you write down the results of your experiments? Sure did. Can I have those results? Are you gonna prosecute me for my crimes? Not if you hand over those results. Here you go. Clean record.
Thanks, Orochimaru.
Yeah, man. It is exhausting. It is exhausting. But you still get those nuggets of cool. I still like the fourth Hokage. I still think the fourth Hokage is the shit. He's rad. His abilities are great, and you get to see him using them in fun ways, even though his power-ups make no sense. You find out that as they were dying, they said to the third, to Sarutobi, please take care of our son. And he says, I will. Hard cut to Naruto on the streets being picked on and treated like garbage, while the third is in his big house with his big family, ignoring the child in the streets. He's like checking up on him in the crystal ball. Ah, he's fine. And he literally said he would take care of he said he'd take care of the kid to the dying mother, and then tosses him in a fucking dumpster and goes on about his life because he's got Azuma and he's got Konohamaru, and they're the real things that matter. Yeah. Yeah. In the end, the only pure relationship is Shikamaru and Temari. And Shikamaru continues to be the best. He's got pure Legend of the Galactic Heroes energy. And I love him.
It's like, ha, I tricked you, moron.
I didn't realize until I saw that post that Legend of the Galactic Heroes is a big old space opera starring Shikamaru. And that's why it's my favorite thing ever. The guy in charge is that. Tired, brilliant, and overall, like, pretty lighthearted.
Doesn't want to be there.
Yep. Easygoing, lighthearted, sarcastic, but military genius. Yang Wenli is Shikamaru. It's the best shit ever. It's the best. So take him out of the context of this show and put him in a series where the world is actually smart and good, and you get my favorite anime. Anyway, yes, and I've seen little clips here and there, and I'll delve in to fucking round out when I'm not sick of tired of this shit. But at one point, I saw a clip of someone where like Naruto walks home and he's got a little pot, and in the pot is the one tails, the Shukaku. Remember the thing? Remember that beast?
Yeah.
With Gaara? And then he shows it to his daughter, and his daughter goes, "It's so cute! Oh my god, I love it!" And the Shukaku is like, "Hey, put me down! Ha ha, la la la!" And he's got these cute little legs, and he's got these cute little arms, and he's got his cute little head sticking out of the pot. And he's a buddy, right? Because all the tailed beasts are buddies now, right? They all had their tragic past, and they're all friends now. So the one tail Shukaku is in the pot, and he's like getting hugged as a little mascot, like Meowth, by Naruto's daughter. Right? And it doesn't take a minute for it to fucking kick in that this is the same monster that threatened to murder everyone Gaara knows and loves if he ever falls asleep. So Gaara has to stay awake forever because the Shukaku will take just to the point where his eyes are blackened like mascara, but it's not mascara, it's just bags, because he doesn't sleep, because if he sleeps, the evil monster will take control and kill everyone. This is the cute mascot that Naruto's letting his daughter play with. Lest we forget.
So this is the kind of thing where Naruto's been running for a while. And you get the feeling that Kishimoto just literally forgot that that was a thing.
I don't think it's that he forgot. I think it's that he doesn't weigh sins. He doesn't think the past matters. Naruto chasing down Sasuke, no matter what evils and horrible shit he did, no matter how trash he was, is showing you that Naruto has a goldfish memory, and he's really just going forward on his feelings, and he refuses to accept reality. And the bad guy, by the way, Obito, is literally trying to change reality because his girlfriend died. And his girlfriend, fuck off. She didn't even like him. The girl he had a crush on that didn't like him because she, she like, Kakashi is the real man, right? She died, and he wants to change reality so that, like, it's like she never died then, and we can all pretend it didn't happen. And in the meantime, your main character is refusing to accept the reality that his friend wants nothing to do with him, is no longer his friend, and has become an awful person. And in the end, that persistence works out. As long as you're a chosen one. The chosen one is the most tired fucking trope of all time. I'm so fucking sick of it. And we can move on.
So Naruto's really good, and you should read it.
Sick. It's goddamn fantastic. Okay. I think I got that nicely summed up. Please look forward to the conclusion of WoolieVersus Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, otherwise known as Back Out.
Yep.
That's coming up. That's continuing on WoolieVersus, as well as Dokapon Kingdom. We don't even need to fucking get into it. It's the most stressful thing.
Is everyone still alive?
We're all alive. We're all stressing harder than ever. Like, winning or losing, we're all having these. Well, really, mostly me and Reggie. But Min he's not showing it. He's good at not showing it. But we're all having panic attacks. It's horrible. That's what's happening. And apparently, some people have started streaming Dokapon on Twitch as well. So hey, not only have I affected the price of the used game, but people are getting in there. So that's fun. That's fun.
Congrats, you've ruined society.
We'll see. We'll see. That continues over on WoolieVersus, and we'll also be starting a new LP as of Monday. Excuse me, as of Tuesday, which is tomorrow, because like I said, we finished up Naruto, so we'll be starting something new. And we have checked in, and it looks like it is all clear and safe to resume KOTOR 2. So we will be resuming KOTOR 2 this Wednesday as well. We have given it well past any sort of clearance time you're supposed to give it in terms of recovery and such. Ultimately, it looks like
is it even confirmed what V was sick with?
He did not have any. He did not have any fever. He did not have any sort of direct symptoms. He only had flu-like symptoms. And those were basically the CDC recommendation is that you give it 72 hours without symptoms, and we gave it 3 fucking weeks. So at the end of the day, we're looking, looks like we are with the all clear. So that will be continuing as well, and all the usual, all the good stuff over on WoolieVersus. So you can check that out over there. Twitch, Twitter.
Hey, before we get into news, do you mind if I take a bathroom break? Because I need to splash some water on my face, because that shit just kind of sucked my soul out.
No problem. That did take
a while. That Naruto shit is just damaging.
Yes, and
they just let him. Hey, I have a question. I have a follow-up question before I walk to go take a peek.
Sure.
Like a year ago, when you started to get back into Naruto, I think I said, dude, they just let him get away, and you were like, I have an inkling.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Did you think I was talking about fucking Orochimaru?
Yes.
But did you think they would just let him get away for no reason?
I mean, it's psychotic, but at that point, they're chasing down Sasuke still and trying to forgive him. So, you know what I mean? Like, nothing's outside the realm of plausibility.
To me, I mean, you just talked to me for like an hour about dumb bullshit, but like, nothing I have heard can top, like, they just let him go.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
No
just let him
swing,
go
no
for
swing,
no reason.
no swing music, no sadness and sorrow. And you know, and like, that did take a while, but you have to understand this was a very long journey for me. Very long journey.